Favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
Hello everyone, John and Carla here. We are the creative team behind the Green Reaper.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the office. Welcome to White Hat Comics, our new favorite YouTube channel. Today is a very lazy day for me. I don't know how I just got out of bed. I'm so freaking tired. The amount of work is kicking my ass, but here I am, loyal to you. My beautiful, beautiful subs here in YouTube. We have El Guapo, Hell El Guapo. So nice to see you here. We have Blanca Elena. Hel Blanca, Mogwai, my beautiful co-host, and we'll be waiting for you here. We have Free Range Human, all hell, bow and prostrate yourselves before the great lady Tortellini. Okay, I take it. I take it, my friend. Mrs. Tortellini, it's Tornielli, by the way, will appear any second now and reward our curiosity. Our live, boys. Yes, we are live. All right, everybody. I've been working since I woke up, and I'm just gonna share what I'm doing with you. Give me a second. Yes, here I'm working in Manga Studio. I'm working in this scene from the Green Reaper, in which the Angel of Death appears here in this part, and he scares the horse. Right? And this is a fire-spitting horse, so this definitely meant to be a huge chaos. We have the Dan Marshall. Welcome, my friend. welcome. Help the wipes. Yes, please never forget to wipe. That's something I really like to advise everybody. Well, let me show you my sketches. This is how I sketch. This looks horrible, I know. And this is just a dialogue balloon I have to take off there. But yeah, this is pretty much done. Well, where did my ink go? Oh, here. All right. I took like 2 hours doing this. No, not 2 hours, but an hour. Yes, I did an hour. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on these flames, on the Angel of Death. And yeah, I'm really happy to make you all guys part of them. I also really like to do this kind of content, not only to share like my like the way I work, but also to show you guys that we're actually doing this. This is actually happening. You have no problem whatsoever with trust when you back the Green Reaper too. So yeah, let me just bring my beautiful co-host, Mogwai Centurion. Hey, Mogwai, what's up?
Hello, and good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're at. Hail the chat, and hello, Mrs. Tortellini.
I'm Tortellini now, but well,
Yes.
I'm hungry. That makes me hungry.
I just had some lasagna, so I'm good. And
You're so mean. Wow.
Yeah, I cooked some lasagna yesterday, and then I got drunk.
That's very evil. That's very evil from you. Mogwai, how are you? Like, how's your hangover?
Actually, not there. I'm actually doing pretty good.
Oh, cool. So you have practice.
I slept that off. Yeah, that's years and years of
Years and years of drinking, right? And what did you drink?
What's that?
What did you drink?
I was being just like everybody else, and I stopped at the gas station the other day, and I picked up a whole case of White Claw, and yeah, that stuff is not bad.
All right, so it was a delayed 420 for you.
Yeah, sure.
That's cool. So yeah, what's up with your life, Mogwai? You are on vacation, right?
No, I'm well, not vacation. I'm on my days off, and they reduced my hours at work, so pretty much
Mhm.
I'm gonna be home till like tomorrow afternoon. That I work a few hours here and there.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm just writing it out. I really don't want to talk about it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right,
So,
all
what are we
right.
working on here? I see a horse shooting flames, and
All right, so yeah, as I told you guys earlier, this is the horse of the Green Reaper. The Green Reaper is here, and the Angel of Death appears here in front of the horse and scares the crap out of the horse. So then we have this beautiful elevated angel, here appearing, and they start talking there. So yeah, and I'm very excited about this page, and I want to share with all of you guys. I woke up at 8, and since 8, I've been doing these freaking flames. So yeah, I really plan to go full on detail here. And I was very bored, so why not streaming with my friends? They always have great things to talk about, like drinking.
well,
So,
you gotta do that, on occasion. So you're gonna be
of
laying down
course.
some inks there now, or what's your process? I see a whole bunch of different layers and whatnot open there in your screen.
Oh yeah. This is actually like I used to have a different layout, but now I took it off, and I redid everything because that's me. I redo stuff all the time. So yeah, I got excited with this new design. So yeah, that's basically it. This is the pencil. Like, I don't know if to call these pencils.
Well, you call them what you want. You're the artist, Just you have your process. And that's all good.
Normally the pencils and stuff are like super like professional and defined, but these are my pencils. Okay, these are my guidelines, and every time I pencils and I draw something, then when I ink, I don't respect it much. So what's the point of going full detail in the pencil if I'm not going to respect it? That's my philosophy behind it.
Okay, well, you're doing your own inking. Yeah, absolutely. That's you do what works better for you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And that's the kind of quality stuff that we want, here in Comicsgate. Copyright, Pocket Jacks Comics.
Oh yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, thank you. I don't feel sexy at all. I'm just really, really tired.
Oh.
Nah, I'm good. What's going on with that? I don't know. I was carefully reading that article, although going to that website, you make sure you got to have a whole bunch of ad blockers and your security up to snuff. Because I think bleeding full, well, if you go there to visit, your computer will catch AIDS. But I was reading through the article, but I don't know what the big boys are doing. My understanding was that the copyright for that particular phrase or word was under Ethan Van Sciver, and he was defending it. But we haven't heard anything from Ethan yet, so we'll find out. He's probably passed out or sleeping or something.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be something that everybody can use, right? The Comicsgate. We were talking about that in the CG en Español, right? Remember?
Yeah, we were actually delved into that a little bit, and now it poked its head again.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know what's Preston's idea behind getting the name of Comicsgate for him.
No, I think he's just trying to take advantage of stuff. I don't know. He's like that angry girlfriend that never wants to go away.
He's the ex.
Yeah, he's just that angry ex that's just like, on occasion will key your car, blow out your tires, show up when you're having dinner with your new girlfriend or wife, that kind of stuff.
But it's incredible because from my point of view, I'm trying to establish like a brand with my husband, working in comics and establishing a relationship with my customers, of course, via YouTube, via live streams. We talk, we have fun and stuff. But you kind of decide what kind of content you want to create. You always like decide how you want everybody to see you. And it always surprises me. Like, it's always the first thing that comes into my mind when I see all these CG haters, right? How they can create a channel, a following, develop a following based on hate for other people.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't get it.
is it really that bad, your creations, that you need to destroy to get your audience? Because that's like a trap, you know? Maybe you do something, because we're always experimenting as creators here, right? You always do things, you try what people like, what people don't like, and then sometimes you hit something that people really, really like, and you see your numbers up. So you stick to that, right? You try to do more of that.
Exactly.
And probably this is the case of them. They never got enough, they never been like enough, like with enough relevant, they weren't relevant. So they did a hate video, and maybe they had the numbers they wanted, or maybe bigger numbers than they would have been making by creating. So they decided to destroy instead. Anything goes if you get numbers, right?
Yeah, well, I think that the problem was that he was showcased, a while back, and everybody saw what the book was all about and his art and everything else, and just nobody bought into it. The campaign didn't get funded and all kinds of other good stuff. And he keeps blaming other people that he wasn't platformed more. Again, it just boils down to that. But again, I think the book was absolute garbage.
Why do you say that? What's the reason?
It came across here by my book. I have lesbians in World War II that are fighter pilots.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's the white lily, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, this is good enough. But if I want to read about, war heroes and whatnot, I'll refer to other material than, a comic book. But that was just me.
But it's always like, I think it's important to analyze when you want to analyze things like that. For example, like to step a little bit aside of, okay, maybe it's an enemy of CG. Just try to look aside for a moment and objectively analyze his work. It definitely didn't work when he was a part of CG. So was like actually the art or the story or the concept like something weak for, I don't know, for what people like, Sometimes some things don't work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We've seen it before. Some books come across and you're like, we'll take a pass on this. Need to work on this a little bit more, or flesh it all out.
Yeah. But my question is, what do you think that failed in that campaign? Why do you say it's garbage?
Oh, I don't know. Just multiple. I haven't looked at it oh my God, I haven't looked at that in a long time. It's almost a year now. But I think the art was, wasn't up to par. And just the story didn't drive me. I mean, because pretty much it was strike witches. Pretty much, it's all it is. And it's the material's been looked at and revised and redone with different interpretations, especially like on anime and manga, and it comes out across as something else altogether, and it's pretty cool if you approach it that way. But if you're gonna build, be doing like a documentary type thing, trying to appealing to a crowd that's actually not here, because we're not here for, and pardon me, I'm just a customer right now, giving my 2 cents. We're not here to just go ahead and like, here, buy my stuff because it represents this and that.
Oh yeah.
I want to buy your stuff because I think it's fun.
But let me correct you there. Never say I'm just a customer. The customer is the reason why we're all here. The customer is the center of everything.
Listen here, Madame Creator. Let me tell you something. I'm just a humble peasant, okay?
Oh, please, come on.
In the meantime, while you're working there on Horsey on Fire, that's scared for somewhat odd reason, because why is the demon horse scared?
Because he got taken aback, like was like a surprise.
Okay. In the meantime, let me find some blue twi'leks for our boy Apollo Patriot.
Oh, Apollo's here. Hey, Apollo. Let me just say a quick hello to the chat. So, hello, Tatsunami. What's up? Hello, Apollo. Blue twi'lek. We have Sketch, who had a bad lunch. All right. And we have Delta Springforce. Hell, Delta Springforce. What's up, my friend? So yeah, we're just doing some demonic, diabolic horse fire here. I think I'm just gonna stop here and then complement this center of the fire with the coloring, right? You know that lately I have been receiving a little bit of friendly advice that isn't like that friendly when you really think about it. And it's actually like people that are like, hey, honey, you know, your art maybe is, you know, it's not that good. Maybe you should hire somebody else for your project. Like, I thank you, but actually no. I don't think that's something you say to an artist, right?
Yeah.
Look, I understand that some people cannot like your work. That's totally human and normal, but you don't say it, you know? You don't say that.
No, and plus, you're working with what you have, and right now, White Cat Comics is budgeted to, have the work of Carla and John doing the writing and you doing all the artwork, and you have a pretty conservative campaign. If needed be later on, if you're expanding and you want to bring in some other colors that you think are going to pop more, then yeah, hire a colorist. But right now, that's not the case.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you don't say that to an artist, you know. Especially like they confuse you a lot. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I love your art; it's amazing," and then, your art. So what I'm supposed to think? So that the only lesson there is, just don't give a fuck about that.
It's okay.
But yeah, I received like 2 people, I think, saying that, or but well, whatever, guys, whatever.
Yeah, well, take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? It's not that bad.
Yeah,
could be worse. You could be in Panama.
They say it's very dangerous in there. I would like to go there.
Yeah, if you see tire tracks in the sand, just roll away.
I guess.
Ooh, pretty.
Right. There we go. Yeah, I saw this Ethan's new Cyberfrog illustration. That's wow, incredible.
Oh no, that was insane.
Totally
the amount of detail.
Beautiful. And I said, okay, I love how he does the fire. I'm gonna try to be inspired by that. So I try to do that. I know it's impossible to compare, but it's when you're an artist and you inspire other artists, you're doing your job well, my friend.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So here, some weird effects I'm gonna do with the coloring later. Here's. This is gonna be like lightning effect.
Oh, okay.
This is where the angel appears.
Lightning and fire. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I particularly like when there's something like warm colors like the fire, and then something cold, which is gonna be as well. His colors are like very bluish and greenish. Look, we have our friend from 656 Comics. Hey, my friend, welcome. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. Do a tortellini reveal. What's that exactly? Look, we have Frogo in the chat. What's up, Frogo? Are you smoking? Don't smoke. That's bad for the health. That's not good for the health, my friend. I shouldn't be lecturing you about that. I eat too many Cheez-Its. So, do you like Cheez-Its, Small White?
Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually I'll eat almost anything, so that's fine.
Okay.
Cheez-Its, with grape soda, or just Cheez-Its and some juice, or Cheez-Its with grape soda and vodka.
Oh, that's nice. I never thought about that combination. Yeah. All right. So now is the moment to do some angel action here. Then I'm gonna go with the background. That's the last thing I do. So I'm just gonna go with the angel here. I love drawing angels. I'm gonna go full manga here. Sorry, not sorry, my friends.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what this process is, looks like.
Are you into anime, Mogul?
Yeah, you can say that.
All right. What's your favorite one?
Depends on the genre. I mean, I can actually give you a top 10. I've been watching anime for way too long.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
You know, in no particular order, you're gonna have in there. You know, without counting movies, serials is gonna be Cowboy Bebop. Some of the Gundam series, especially Gundam 00, is one of my favorites. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, I love it. It's really cool. But
Going
that's
back,
a long series.
yeah, going back a few years, some stuff from the 80s, like of course, old school Mazinger Z and Grandizer,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And instead of, a lot of people are like really heavy into Evangelion, although Evangelion was pretty good. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
the retake that they made a few years later called Rasafon. I think that was a good show. It's pretty freaky.
Oh, wow.
Ovas. I can't keep going. Just I watched way too much actually.
That's fine. That's cool. That's cool.
Of,
And yeah.
of the current stuff out there right now, Rise of the Shield Hero, Goblin Slayer, and of course Demon Hunter. Demon Slayer.
And like, do you only watch the anime or do you read the manga?
I watch the anime most of the time. I read very little manga, to be honest. I should read more, but just like I don't have time between me and my stupid hobbies that I have and work.
Yeah, because those series are super long.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the paste option. Where is it? Where's the paste? Paste. It's not pasting. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try again.
Yeah, keep drawing there for a second.
And paste. Well, it's not working. Anyway. Delete. By layers. All right, so I'm gonna use, this is a trick I love using. I don't know, guys, if you're familiar with Manga Studio, but here, I'm gonna show you something I like to do when I have like frontal, like the angle is frontal. And this is the symmetrical ruler. So everything you draw here appears here, which is very fun to do.
That's a nice trick.
Oh yeah, it is. Believe me, it is.
That's why digital art, sometimes it takes away some stuff, but it can actually make your work a lot better.
Look at this. Woo! Yep. Saves time like crazy. That I can tell you.
Look at those angles right there. That looks almost pretty good. There you go.
It's around. I'm gonna add more stabilization. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That looks pretty good.
But I don't know. The first time I learned about this tool, I don't know. I was so happy.
So that's a Manga Studio for Clip Art Studio, or what are you using?
Yeah, this is Manga Studio 5.
Okay.
Actually, the Clip Studio Paint is a newer version of this. This is like old.
Okay. Well, I think you can speak to your executive producer and see once the campaign's over, see if they can upgrade you a little bit.
Oh yeah. Especially when you are your executive producer. Oh yeah. Well, we're actually trying to invest in the YouTube channel, maybe to buy a camera, because remember that everything we had burned, so we have to get everything new.
Yeah, you got to start from scratch. Actually, you should do like I think Billy Tucci has a really good idea, and he has 2 cameras up. Um, and he has a camera that's always facing him, and has a secondary camera coming in as a second channel that comes in. And if you're drawing, that one's actually just going in there and looking at the drawing. But he does more physical stuff. He doesn't do anything digital.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing more traditional too, but slowly but surely.
Well, those sketch cards that you were doing were, those were pretty good.
Oh yeah, thank you, Moboy. And yeah, it's a little something to start at least. But I want to do full illustrations in traditional, so then I can sell them,
All right. Yeah. So also a catch coming up, that the Merc with Sim Potier, and you're gonna be able to get some sketch cards from Carla there.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that should be pretty good.
1 out of 3 done.
Hail Scotsman, how you doing, brother?
Oh Scott, what's up, my friend?
Yes, hail the chat. Oh yeah, see Blanca over there talking about Gantz or Gantz. Yeah, I still have to pick that up. I've seen the anime a long time ago that they did, but I have to pick up the manga for that.
They say it's really good.
Apparently so. I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can just subscribe to the Shonen Jump app. It's $2 a month, and you can read everything that they have.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
And they translated, right?
Yes, they're in English.
All right.
And access to their full back catalog of everything that they've ever produced.
I needed to ask.
Yeah. Unfortunately, although I like watching my anime with subtitles on, and with the original Japanese dialogue, I can't stand watching.
Oh, me too.
I can't stand watching dubbed anime. It just, with very few exceptions, it's just not the same.
I can watch anime with Mowai then, because I'm exactly the same way. It's just so bad, like the dub. It's too bad.
Yeah, you lose a lot of the inflection on the voice and just the emotion of it and everything else.
Yes. Controversial opinion: Gantz and Berserk are garbage.
Okay.
Okay, my friend. Everybody's free to think what they want to think. Hello, Mr. Officer. Welcome, and thank you very much for dropping the links. Gantz is rescuable. Lustig. How was it?
I don't know.
How's your Japanese, Mowai?
Oof. I understand quite a little bit of it right now, but I can't speak it for shit.
Can you give me a little line in Japanese?
Duh. Let me see. No, I'm drawing blanks right now. I can't do it on the spot like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Urusei baka ino.
You were watching Toradora.
Oh, shimate. Hi.
There you go. The Japanese from the anime. You have.
Wakarimashita, Tornelli-san.
Oh, that's cool. Look at Mowai. Wow. I'm impressed. Oh, in the chat, do you speak Spanish? I love Toradora. Yeah, I loved it too. It was a big teenager drama, but I liked it. Especially the songs. Let me think of a line. Ohayo gozaimasu, Mowai-chan.
Mogwai-chan.
Mowai-sama. Mowai-sama.
Mogwai-sama. Ah, Mogwai-sama.
Gomen.
Gomenasai, Carla-san.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I can say.
Of course, famous last words. Nani?
Nani sore?
great.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
make
sorry.
a horrible Japanese tutor.
Would you like to go to Japan, Mongol?
Yeah, actually, that's on my bucket list. I missed a chance to go once because I kind of screwed the pooch on something, but that's fine. Uh, yeah, I would love to do at least like a 2 week trip and just go and check out, of course, Tokyo and go check out, Kyoto and some of the, countryside, do the whole tour thing.
John actually went there, and that's my dream. All my life, I dream going to Japan, but just as a tourist. I would never like to live in Japan because some fans, some anime fans, they just want to live in Japan and study in Japan and become a Japanese. No, that's not me. I really like Japan, but as a tourist. I've been following for almost like for 5 years a YouTuber. She's a blogger. She's a Mexican YouTuber, and she's married to a Japanese.
Oh, okay.
And she's always like, she does daily blogs telling everybody how her life is in Japan. She lives like in a remote area, like in the countryside, and she has her Japanese children. Everything very Japanese. She speaks in Japanese and everything cool. But I wouldn't like to live there because actually, like, she feels lonely most of the time because we are. Well, at least we are Latinos. We are used to this, how to call it, right? Like this, I don't know. Like you just talk to the neighbor and hey and
Yeah, we're very outgoing. Yeah, and we try to form circles real quick and then just yeah, I know what you're saying.
yes, and the Japanese are all the contrary. Like they never hug, they never kiss, they never nothing. It's always like dozo. It's cool if you're used to that. If you're Japanese, that's cool. But to adapt to something like that, I would find it like so hard.
Yeah, it is their culture, and they're very how you say this? They're very cultural oriented and to preserve their culture in every way, shape, or form.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah,
they have bars over there that this says real quick, no gaijin allowed. So if you're not Japanese, you're not going in.
you're fucked.
Actual landlords have they can refuse you to rent you property based on your nationality. So if you're not Japanese and they don't want to rent you a property, then they're in their
Yes.
right to do so.
Yes.
Yeah, I followed the blog. There's this guy called Danny Chu. He's the son of the designer Jimmy Chu.
Mm-hmm.
And he taught himself how to read, write, and speak Japanese, and they eventually moved to Japan and established his business over there.
Okay.
And he's like, he blogged the whole thing is like, from a foreigner point of view and, how things are done in Japan.
Hmm.
Like, for example, if you purchase a house, that a house over there, you own it for, at least in Tokyo, you own it for about 15 to 20 years. And then after that mark, it's actually torn down and a new building is erected.
Wow.
So it can keep up with code.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. Some of the stuff that you learn, it's like, totally just amazing.
Yeah, I also watch a channel called Nekojita Blog. The guy is Spanish and he's married to a Japanese lady. And yeah, they tell this kind of stuff. And actually, John went to Japan like for a couple months.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he went with the army. And yeah, he told me that everything he ate there, for example, he told me there were a lot of like thematic restaurants, right? Like a Japanese, not Japanese, sorry, a Mexican restaurant, a Spanish restaurant. And he told me that every restaurant he went, like they made like foreign food, it was better than the actual food. For example, the Mexican, he told me that the best Mexican food he ever ate was in Japan. The best Spanish food was in Japan. And he's been to those places. So I'm just so curious.
Yeah, me too. I'm very curious.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about that.
Yeah, and also, I've seen enough anime to I can actually like handle pretty well in Japanese, I kinda learn. And I'm not talking about I've been watching anime from a year ago and I learned some Japanese. No, 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 no. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old. Okay, I'm trying. I also learned to read hiragana and hiragana only. Katakana I still can't. But I learned to read hiragana.
Yeah. The only thing I know how to read in Japanese, and I know what it means, that's the words for "to be continued," because that always played at the end of every single episode that I used to watch of anime back in the 70s. So that's the only thing I know what it means. Everything else, I'm like lost.
And how do you say that in Japanese?
I have no idea.
I used to know, but I forgot. But the expressions in the anime, they all the time, they repeat them all the time. It's impossible not to learn them.
Yes, exactly. There's always some key words. Like sometimes my son will be watching some anime that I don't care about, and I hear it play in the background. I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Just some key words and that you pick up and phrases and stuff like that.
Yes, definitely. It's incredible how a country like Japan can develop like such a big fascination from people all over the world. Some people is just a fan of Japan itself, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, just very rich history and culture from such a little place. That's the amazing part of it, I think.
I think that why they are particularly loved so much is because they market their culture so well. Because
yes, they do.
It's a very rich culture, yes, but for example, I don't know how to say this in English, but for example, the native Peruvians or the native Mexicans, those were very rich cultures too, but there's no fans. Like maybe there are, but not like in Japan, right? I think that what Japan did well, they are very proud of their culture. So they mix like their folk tales, their customs, things they normally do, they put it in the entertainment. So people are exposed to that and they see it as something positive and something fun. And I don't know, this looks like the anime. Oh, wow, this is so amazing. And it's actually based in actual like folklore stuff or Japanese traditions,
Yes.
And then they market the characters wearing the traditional clothes and in the matsuri, wearing the mask with the kitsune here,
Yeah, it's amazing what they've done. It's just really prolific, the way they just market themselves. They're really good at that.
Everything, guys, everything. Don't you think so?
I think so.
Yeah. Is there something that you would particularly would like to see in Japan?
Yeah, the old temples, the old, Buddhist and Shinto temples. I would like to see those. I've always been curious about that stuff. And of course, take a tour and see Mount Fuji, since that's usually the first image that associates Japan, with people.
When John has a story about that. He went to Japan and he went to some Buddhist temples and he even got a certificate of Buddhist. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, they made him do some stuff like, with the water. I don't know what he had to do, but they actually gave him a certificate. And also he went to Mount Fuji, but he was sad because it wasn't snowing in the Mount Fuji. It was just the mountain. And yes?
Yeah, no, and of course I would like to go during spring for the cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah, the sakura. It's only 2 weeks, I think.
Yep.
So you have to really be in that place and moment. But John went to the Fuji Yoshida. He told me that that's where these woods where people go to kill themselves.
I heard about that.
Yes, that's actually the woods in front of Mount Fuji.
The suicide forest.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, he went there to explore. I'm gonna ask John to tell the story in some other stream.
You should do it on that normal stream. With Red Gaze. Next time you guys do that.
We have to do more of those. People
Yeah.
really like the paranormal talk, and John has a lot of stories.
Yeah, and here's a public service announcement: if you go to Peru, don't stay with old creepy people.
Yes, please, please. Careful with your Airbnbs, guys. Please.
Oh, hello, Jetsabel. How are you?
Oh, yeah,
Good to see you here.
What's up? What's up, my friend? We have Hatch. Yeah, we have Hatch. We have David. Welcome, everybody. I'm gonna do the hair, which is my favorite part. You know me. But yeah, I want John to tell that story. It's really, really interesting. When I first met John, I didn't know if all the things he told me were actually true. Like, how can you like go through so much? Like, my life is so boring. Why do you go through so much stuff? You know? It does. You know?
Uh,
It happens.
oh, I know. If I start looking back at some stuff, I'm like, oh my god, what the heck did I do? But then
Oh, yeah.
again, I'm not that young either.
Do we have some crazy Mogwai adventures?
Yeah, but I can't be saying them on YouTube.
Oh no, Mogwai is very censored today. I'm sad.
Yeah, I'm being reserved.
Oh, well, I understand, my friend. I will make
That's
it.
all right.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll share some of this stuff if we make it to CGCon.
Okay. Sounds good. So it's happening then.
So yeah, Hatch, what's on the screen right now? Carla is working on a page for Grim Reaper, and this is a scene when Azrael, the Angel of Death, appears, and she's doing his awesome hair right now.
Yeah, exactly. This is his appearance. No spoilers, guys. No spoilers. I'm not gonna tell you what's actually going on, but enough to know what I'm drawing, right? And I just love the angels and to, I don't know, like to use an anime style for this. My favorite angels are the clamp angels. You know, the creators of Holic. Those, it is a group of 4 ladies, the clamp ladies. Are you familiar with them, Mogwai?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
You were never into Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah, actually, just I watched it a little bit, not into it, but I watched it.
Yeah, it's very girly.
I'm not gonna go ahead and say I haven't watched any girly animes, because I have, and I actually enjoyed quite a few of them. But you know,
Like what?
Sakura Wars.
Oh, yeah, but I never understood why. Well, those guys are like in a theater. They work in a theater as actors.
Yes,
And then they like fight with robots. What the hell?
Yeah, and actually, the reason I liked it wasn't because of the theme. I was a sucker for the soundtrack of it. I actually liked the music. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. You cannot mention the Sakura Wars song without me screaming the song for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got very excited.
It's
I love
okay.
this song. It's so amazing. Oh, Mogwai, you're more like me than I thought.
Oh, we'll see. Let's see. Clamp Angels. Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Chad, for making you listen to that. I promise I won't do it again.
That's all right. We'll be doing karaoke with Carla here coming up in the next coming week. We're gonna fire up the karaoke machine and just have her just start singing away.
Oh no, please. I want to keep the ears of these beautiful people good. But yeah, I know there's something in Japanese, and I know what they mean, and I'm that kind of fan. You know, I'm the very, very hardcore fan.
Yeah. Let's see. Another like very not obscure, but another anime that I like was Moribito.
Okay, no, I'm not familiar with that one.
I can't say the full name because it's a mouthful in Japanese. It's about this. She's a spear wielder that has to like take the prince with her, and try to keep him secure during, after a war or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Delta Spirit Force. No, I haven't seen Belladonna of Sadness, but I'm gonna have to check that out. But let me go see if I can. How's YouTube with showing anime stuff? Well, we'll see.
I wouldn't like to risk it.
No, we're not. I'm gonna pop something on my screen, but maybe hold on.
No, I think you can share images, of course, but not video.
Oh, it's because the opening is awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's it translates into English as Guardian of the Spirit.
Okay.
Let me see. Probably once you see the image of it, you will know. Come on. I can never get a.
I just love this. What's the best song ever?
So that one, you remember that character?
No.
Okay, that's the anime I'm talking about. And the opening on it, it's actually it's by the same people who did the opening song for Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
So, and they done a whole bunch of openings for a whole bunch of other people too.
What's your favorite song from Full Metal Alchemist?
Opening, the first one, I think.
What is that? I remember I liked one called Period.
Ready, steady, go.
No. I promise I was going to keep my audience with safe ears. Yeah, sorry, I just got too excited with the other one.
Oh yeah, now I know. I remember the name of the band now. The Arc-en-Ciel.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, so they did the opening for. They've done the opening for some Gundam shows. They've done the opening for. I'm drawing blanks now. Anyway, the Alzheimer's is kicking in.
What can we do, right? I used to like that's something it's very me. Like I confuse liking the actual series with liking the music. I think that's my problem with Frozen. Like I like the character designs, I like the sparkles, the visual effects, and the music. But the story, for example, in Frozen 2 was too boring. Was very, very boring. But hey, I still watch it because I just wanna see the song and the effects and to sing along.
Yeah, exactly.
Or let's say scream along.
Well, if you say so,
Yep.
We all do karaoke in the shower.
Oh yeah. I actually don't sing in the shower. I sing everywhere else, but not in the shower. I'm too afraid. I just stick some shampoo in my mouth.
Okay.
All right, so let's just do some more of these. Bye-bye guidelines. Yes, now I feel better about this. So
that's looking pretty good there.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I really like doing the hair, adding ridiculous amount of detail. And oh well, this has to be finished by June because in June we're fulfilling. So I'm working very, very fast and very hard. For example, today, guys, see how much I love you. I really didn't want to wake up. The first thing I did when I opened my eyes was write to Mogwai, Mogwai, I don't want to wake up. And Mogwai told me, go to work. Just go to work. And
Get to work. You got a book to finish.
Yes. And I was like, you're right, Mogwai, okay. I didn't tell him anything. I just woke up like, okay, Mogwai, if you say so.
And of course, it was early for her, late for me. I was still semi passed out in bed. It was like 10 in the morning, right before Liam stream.
How dare you? It was like 7 for me. That's so mean, Mongo.
No, I tried not to be too mean.
But you are. No, but you're right. You're right. I have to finish fast.
Gotta keep you creators motivated.
Oh yeah. Yeah, motivated I am. Just that it's really time consuming, especially with the YouTube and stuff. But I really enjoy doing it, so everything is worth it, Especially yesterday, we had a very fun show with the Powerpuff Girls, with the Umbrella Guy, and with Mosi. Then John was promoting some other creators in the promothon later. We try to do the best we can, and to help others. We see that the channel is growing, everything is going very fine, and we want to share. We want to share what we do. We know that other creators are not entitled to be on your show or asked to be on another show, but it's always nice, to. We love CG. We love CG so much that we feel really good when we feel we do something good for CG,
Yeah, and that was pretty good. You had a really awesome lineup last night. I mean, you had Preston Acevedo and some of the other creators in there too. That was pretty good.
Yeah. And also John is starting to have more presence in the channel. He's so happy to do that. He comes tired from work, but still he wants to talk to the camera, to the microphone, and so yeah, like I told John, like maybe why don't you just start some story time show? You really like telling stories. Why don't you do that? Because people seem to really enjoy it. And so probably we're gonna do that. I don't know. We're just planning a lot. We got new software to make recorded videos too.
Oh, really?
Yes. I want to start making recorded videos, some new stuff, and also eventually we want to get a camera too, so yeah, everything's building very good. The channel is already in 346, which is amazing. Thank you everybody who subbed. Thank you everybody who is supporting us. We're working hard, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna get what we're working for, because working hard is only half of the equation. Then just people have to like it, because nobody cares if you work hard.
Yeah, exactly. It's in without doxing myself too much, in my line of work, with what I do. If you don't like me, you're not gonna, buy what I'm selling.
Yep.
That's simple as that.
Exactly. And you have to put all the hard work just in case it works, So that's why we appreciate so much everybody here in the channel, everybody supporting us, all the emails, the messages you guys send us. Thank you, seriously. We're not entitled to any of that, So that's why it's so frustrating to see big companies treating bad their customers, The customers are the reason why we do what we do, So,
yeah, exactly. I mean, without us, there wouldn't be any campaigns or you guys, hawking your wares.
Yep, exactly. Well, as for my anime taste, everything is very girly.
Really? Nah.
Although, as a kid, I was very into shonen. I love Dragon Ball, all the saga of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. No, didn't like that. But
let's not talk about Dragon Ball GT. It doesn't exist.
No, that's not even Dragon, that's just some lame. Even the songs are bad. What are you talking about? I was I feel like I grew along with Goku. That happened to me also with Harry Potter. When I was little, I started watching Dragon Ball in Cartoon Network, and then I grew up some years, and Goku was bigger, and I felt like I connected with him very well, because also the drama and the plot of the story were also for more grown-up kids. You know, when you're a kid, when you feel like you are a grown-up, you feel the top of the world. And also
Yeah,
with Harry Potter.
that's what I like. I like stories like that progress, that the character's not always stuck at being 12, 13, 15 years old. You see that progression from that young, teenager to a young adult, and maybe perhaps further than that. So I like sagas like that.
But just look at Pokemon. Ash never grows up. He's
Nope.
been 10 years old since I've been non-existent in this world.
Yep.
And I don't like it.
Ash went out and see the world while the doctor's taking care of his mommy.
Yeah. He gave Ash, hey, go chase the Pokemons.
Yeah, go chase a Pokemon. I'm gonna go chase after your mom. We'll be all set.
Yeah. No. That's so funny.
Ash has never grown up in 20 years
Oh my.
or more. Oh
Yeah.
crap!
Like you just run out of things to do with your character when he never grows up. It's not Peter Pan.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I like identify or love animes like Gundam 00, where the main character starts. You see him from he's a little kid. Introduced at first like that, and then he's a teenager, and then second season pops in, and he's now in his 20s. And it's like you see his development of everybody.
Yes, and I also really like a lot about anime, for example, is that it actually like grows in your heart because the series are so long that you actually like have enough time to invest emotionally in the story. That's the good part of long stories, of long series, because when it's a short series, like, okay, nice story, next one, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I if it's got really decent character development and awesome storyline, I stick to them.
Oh yeah.
There's just those certain stuff that I just can't watch, but that's totally different.
Have you ever seen Inuyasha?
Of course, I've watched Inuyasha.
That was one of my favorites, and I had a huge crush on Inuyasha.
Didn't you have a huge crush on his brother?
That was after that, but first with
Oh.
Inuyasha.
Like, oh God. Like me, for example, I like Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was such an amazing anime, and it was really good. And then the movies that they made for it and all the extra stuff, it was just pretty awesome.
The movies were the most depressing thing I've seen in my life. For the love of God, I could never stop crying watching that. Guys, if you like Rurouni Kenshin and you haven't seen the movie, get your tissues together, okay?
Yeah, it's that's the other thing I like about anime, that sometimes the main character or the good guys, they don't win.
Yes, exactly.
Or if they win, it's at a very steep price.
Yes, definitely. That's much more credible, much more credible than this very defined villain. He's evil because he's very evil. No, in anime mostly, they sometimes bad guys turn as good guys, and they are not like a bad guy. It's just humans, just like any of us. That some of them just make mistakes, or they get controlled by their own sins. Like, I don't know, but it's not black and white matter there.
Yeah, exactly. They're not evil for the sake of being evil. And now and with that, we're gonna go down another rabbit hole. In this one, there is some visual companions for it, but have you read The Wheel of Time?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. Just get book number 1 called The Eye of the World, and make sure you have about 3 months set aside.
All right.
It's a story that spans over a few years. There's probably about 7 main characters.
Okay.
And it gets complicated. It's hard to explain, but where I'm getting at is the villains of the story are not evil for the sake of being evil.
Oh yeah.
They have some motivations and what drove them to be where they're at, and it goes pretty in depth in every one of them. What their motivations are, and actually a few of them are evil because they're just plain out insane.
Yeah, yeah. That also happens a lot. That also happens a lot in the Japanese manga, and I think they are used to see that because Japan has a society that is like so demanding. It demands so much stuff from people. They have to be. It's like exigente. How do you say that?
Yeah, demanding.
Yeah, it's very.
They're very demanding of their standards, and if
Yes.
they're always striving to be in the top percentage of their class, in the top of this, in the top of that. You always that drive to be the best at what they're doing, and it shows with their product too.
Yes, yes, and that's also why they are used to see like maybe people just going crazy. I've seen a lot of the documentaries like just Japanese men, normal Japanese men, just living in the cubicles of a manga store because they never got married, so they are basically a social failure or whatever, like.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the biggest one, have you seen the documentary on the guy who designed most of the characters for Street Fighter?
I didn't see that one.
So the guy that designed and came up with Chun-Li and all these characters, awesome characters for Capcom, the guy is a recluse, very weird. All he does all day is draw in his little cubicle apartment in Tokyo.
Wow.
And he's like, I don't want no company, I don't want no woman, and it's just like that. And the guy's like rich. He developed all these properties for Capcom, and he's just an ordinary dude that's an incel, pretty much.
Incredible. Yeah, but the Japanese are very, very, very demanding with the society, and also since their strength is not in their individuality, but in the group, in the society, so that makes the standards even higher. It's totally unthinkable to speak in a train, for example, or the public transport. That's a flat-out lack of respect.
Huh. Yeah, but they're also that's what I like also about their culture, because there's so many contradictions that also complement each other that it's not even funny. Without going too deep, and I'm trying, but their whole aspect of the way they view sex is just so alien. Yet
the most repressed country on the world.
The most repressed country in the world has also some of the most messed up, perverted things ever.
Because yes, if you repress something, it's gonna come out somewhere. And if something that is like forbidden, then it's gonna come out worse and maybe in sick ways and maybe hurting people. That's the problem with the repression. They have like these machines, like how do you call the machines? You put a coin and they give you.
They have the vending machines. Yep.
What the hell?
You can buy pre-owned, pre-worn undergarments for you to take home and do whatever.
But that's my question. What do they do with it?
No, don't go there.
Okay, it's better not. Yeah, it's better not to know. Better not to know. I'm sorry. I'm curious.
Ask John. He can tell you.
I hope he doesn't know. But
I can tell you, but then I have to kill you.
Oh no! Then I prefer that no.
It's a state secret. Nah, the chat probably knows, but they're not gonna say anything.
They are a very highly educated chat. That's why.
Yes, we're the highly educated Spurgs.
Yep. Anyway.
Wow, that hair is looking amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a very glamorous angel of death. I always tell John that I understand it's a creepy manga and stuff, but I still want to include some of the glamour. It's never hurts.
Yeah, what's funny?
Yes.
The depictions of Azrael are never. Usually, it's either very glamorous or super scary. There's not an in between,
Oh yeah.
and it's pretty much always about the same. But I like all the different interpretations of that particular entity.
Oh
It's pretty
yes.
amazing.
Oh yes. The idea here is to make him mysterious. Because as you know, here in the Green Reaper, being the Green Reaper is a job. And Azrael is like his boss. It's like Manfred's boss. So
Right.
this is what I think is interesting. You actually like see yourself in the shoes of the Green Reaper, which is something never happens. How will you see yourself in an entity such as death? Like, that's something we all hate. We wanna evade. It's something bad, right? But it's not something bad. It's something necessary to have a balanced universe. If death didn't exist, it would be a huge mess. So this is like a job, just like any government job, to make a bigger organism to function. It's something that has to be done. That's the way we represent the job of the Green Reaper here.
Yeah.
And also to make the point that, for example, this is just for all the SJWs out there. You don't need to be. We don't need to put a woman to make women identify with it. We don't have to put, I don't know, whatever. You don't have to physically make people identify. Make them mentally identify. Make them feel like the character feels. Make them make decisions and maybe judge the character, but you identify because of the soul of the character, not of how it looks.
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, if you manage to make a character that you can identify with, regardless of who or what they are, you have done your job as a writer and as an illustrator.
Yeah, I mean, this is a skeleton who has a spitting fire horse. I bet that no reader has that I know, but they will still going to identify with it. And that's the point we're trying to make here. And in Comics Gate, that SJW is just lies. It's not like that. It's not how they say it is. And the best way to show it is just to do it and to demonstrate it with actions, not just blah blah blah, which is what they really like to do.
Yeah, sorry I'm muting myself so much, but I'm taking sips of hot coffee right now, so I don't want to make crazy sounds. This is not an ASMR channel.
Coffee with creamer or just black coffee?
Right now during the afternoon I do coffee with creamer, a little bit of sugar. Early evening I'll drink a cup of black coffee, like around 7 or so.
I have a sad story. I actually made a coffee with cream for me, and I left it in the kitchen, and yeah, I just forgot to bring it here. It's so sad.
Oh no.
But well, whatever, guys, whatever. Then it's just gonna warm up in the microwave. My mother-in-law used to say, never use a microwave. It's from the devil.
Oh.
We ended up buying one. It was too hard not to have one.
No, you gotta have one. They're really good for some stuff.
Like, yeah, to eat fast.
Yeah, to especially reheat food from the other day or the day before that, or from 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Guys, that earlier today, John messaged me and he sent me a bag with a lot of sweets, telling me that today is the secretary day, and he got presents at the office. He's not a secretary, but he still got. And of course, you know where the sweets are going to.
Yeah.
They're going to end up,
Yeah, they're gonna end up with Carla.
Obviously.
They're gonna get eaten up.
But I'm making him a good steak to thank him for the sweets.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
He's
what kind of steak?
But that's his taste. He prefers steak over sweets. What can I do?
So how does John take his steak? Is he a medium rare or well done?
No, well done, well done.
Well, what?
Yeah, I know.
Sacrilege.
I know.
Sacrilege.
I'm from
Sacrilege.
Uruguay, so everybody in my family likes almost like raw meat. I hate that. I really cannot stand that. I like it very well done, and I'm just happy that John likes it just like me.
Oh, you people are nuts.
I know. True.
Medium rare or rare is good enough.
I
With
know,
a little
like
bit of salt and pepper.
true meat lovers like it like that. I'm not a true meat lover. I think that I just got so tired of eating so much beef all my life that I just bored of it. In Uruguay, you eat meat in all the meals of the day, and that's everyday food. You know.
Yeah, that's what
Uh,
I've been told.
yes.
One of my
Yes.
best buddies is from your neck of the woods.
From where?
One of my best friends is from Uruguay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah. Then you know
and
how it is.
he's like you. He's got a very non-Latino name.
Okay.
But yeah, he actually looks more like he's Jewish or something else. But yeah,
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
happens a lot.
yeah. But once he speaks Spanish, it's Oye, ¿cómo estás vos?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, first time I met him, I'm like, you're from Argentina? He goes, no, man, I'm from Uruguay. I'm like, awesome.
We are little unicorns, the Uruguayans. We're not much, but we're all over the world. No, Mom, a lot. There's a very high percentage of Uruguayans living abroad. You know, a very high percentage.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me address something in the chat. No, Hatch, it's not Hugo.
It's not Hugo.
Absolutely not. It's not Hugo.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I used to, my father especially, my mother not so much, but my father, he would take like this steak, put it in the parrilla, which we call the barbecue, and that was the food. No potatoes, no rice, nothing, just the meat. Boom, eat the meat.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody that I know. Me.
Like you, well,
Yep. Sometimes for lunch, like I'll go ahead and I'll grab like a ribeye and just drop it on the hot skillet. I don't have a grill here, and I just drop it on the hot skillet and I cook it medium rare and then just a little bit of salt and pepper and just that's my lunch. And just
look,
keep going.
I don't have a problem with that. It's just that I'm so used to that, and I'm so bored of that. I did it so much that now I just can't anymore. But there's also a very delicious. My favorite thing from Uruguay is the milanesa, which is basically a breaded steak, and I love it. It's very
Yeah, we
delicious.
actually we call that we call that back in Puerto Rico we call that empanada actually, but yeah, I like
Empanada?
that. Yeah,
What do you mean empanada?
we call that bistec empanado.
Oh, bistec empanado.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, because in Puerto Rico empanadas actually we call it a pastelillo.
Oh, right. So my German and Swiss friends can understand what I'm talking about. It's like the equivalent of schnitzel. Schnitzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. That's milanesa for us. Oh, I'm starting to drool.
Yeah.
I really want some milanesa.
And for you, lunchtime is coming up too.
I haven't had any breakfast. I just made a coffee and I forgot it in the sink. What the hell, Carla? What the hell, Carla? But the good part is that the hair is coming out, and I'm going to finish this. So I'm happy about that.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, like this is the shiny hair everybody wants to have. Just ask the angel of death.
Yeah, and I got the feeling that this scene right here is he appears to be the cool guy, nice, cool, collected, in a stormy situation, and bad things happens when his eyes open up.
That's a typical anime when they always have the eyes closed, and the more they open it, the more evils. No, that's not the case in this story. He's actually like the boss of the Green Reaper, right? And this moment, something bad happened, and he's like the messenger, right? But no, he's not an enemy, thankfully. But yeah, this is basically the premise of the story. Like the Green Reaper just let an immortal die under his guard, so he's the one to blame. And here the angels come to tell him, hey, everybody wants your head now. Bye-bye!
And real quick over here in the chat, hey, I see Rob Casey. Hail, brother, how are you? Good to see you here.
Oh, hey, Rob.
Back Cyborg USA, now on demand and fulfilling.
Definitely, definitely. How are you, my good friend? What's up with your life? Just let me know.
It's good to have you here, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so hungry. Hair. There you go.
Yeah, hair. And then Blanca just mentions a dish that sounds absolutely delicious.
Oh, yes. Yes. I think that most countries have their own version of milanesa,
Yeah.
When I was in Peru, they also have milanesa. Then in Colombia, not so much. And I missed milanesa so bad in Colombia. In Colombia, they have the arepas, right?
Oh, I know.
I'm not a big fan. Now that John is not here, I can say I'm not a big fan. I'm sorry, my Venezuelan and Colombian friends. I love you, but I'm not a big fan of the arepas.
Listen. There's nothing better than when you're super hungry. Go ahead to your favorite Colombian joint and order yourself a bandeja paisa.
Oh, okay. Bandeja paisa! Oh my goodness!
And just scarf all that thing down. Then have a little bit of flan afterwards with a nice Colombian coffee to just wash it all down with.
Well, let me tell everybody what's the bandeja paisa deal. Bandeja is like tray, right? And this tray brings. It has, how do you say, frijoles?
It has rice, it has beans, eggs, steak, sausage, pork belly.
Avocado.
Pork belly, avocado.
Sausage, yes.
Yep.
and plátano frito.
Yes.
How do you call that?
Fried plantains.
Yeah.
Right. Fried plantains. An egg, right? An over easy egg on top of it.
Yeah.
And a little arepa.
So that's the lunch, and actually John is from that region of the bandeja paisa, and he told me that that's the typical food they make for the people that work in the farm. They have this very heavy work.
Yes.
So they need to eat accordingly. It's my husband is from Manizales. It's like a mountain town in Colombia. And it's kind of coldish there, so they need their good energies, and that's delicious.
Yeah, when I go to eat there and I'm gonna go particularly to order that meal, I make sure that I'm super hungry or that it's super early, because if I eat that late at night, I'm done.
Oh no, that's the death of you. Don't eat that at night.
Speaking of which, once open stuff up again, I think I gotta swing by over there. I love eating there.
Oh yeah. So it's supposed to reopen everything in the 1st of May. Am I mistaken?
Oh, I don't know. Every state's doing something different. Who knows?
Well, I don't know. I think everybody's sick and tired of the quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all need to get back to our normal lives. This is not cool.
So is Azrael's hair, is it black or is it grayish, or what are we doing with him once you color it up?
No, he's like all like how do you say? His color is like, let me show you, something like this. Wait a second. Like this. Wait. There. Something like this. So I'm gonna use different kinds of blue to color him. He's like always like glowing.
Okay, so it's got like a whitish blue hue hair, grayish tone. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So
cool, cool.
Almost done. Yeah. There we go. This makes your hand hurt, so don't
That's
try
fine.
it. Don't try it alone. Don't try it at home.
Yeah. So what pen are you using right now?
Just my stylus.
Okay. No, I'm saying, but what kind of in the actual software itself? What kind of pen are you using?
Oh yeah. That makes more sense. This is a mapping pen. I got a pen. I got an apple. Apple pen.
Okay. Oh,
Right.
I gotta
And-
get me an iPad Pro so I can start doing stuff on Procreate instead.
oh yes, it's very, very fun.
Yeah,
And I also, yes.
my wife's got a moratorium on sketchpads over here and drawing materials.
Yes, but you know it's very fun because in this one you have like control over the pressure, the pen pressure, so it's much faster to do everything. Where's my inks? Here. Okay. Let's just do this beautiful angel face here. Oh, this is looking cool, right?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have to color this in the next one because I have to make lunch for my husband. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you got lunchtime coming up here pretty soon.
oh yeah. Oh. Time flies when you are doing this.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to see. That one's gonna look pretty good once you flesh that out.
Thanks. I hope so. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pages, if not my favorite of the book so far. And this guy is like, oh, I'm so pretty, I'm so ethereal.
Right. I'll be right back. Give me about 5 minutes. I'll be back in a second.
All right. Mwah. Yes, guys, this is what we have. I'm gonna just take a quick look at the chat. I'm so sorry, chat, that I have you abandoned because I'm drawing here. We have more comments. Oh, we have Andino Palacio. Welcome, Andino. What's up? Splendopia. Mwah. How are you, Splendopia? What's up with you? We have some comments. I'm glad to hear that. Feel free to leave a comment. I like to engage with people. Yeah. Help Carla. We need more streams like this. They inspire me. Well, thank you very much, Alasmat. I also very much like to do this kind of stuff to show you all guys like what I'm doing, because why not? Why not sharing with you? You are part of this too. And also I like to show you that sometimes the creators are just like very reserved with what they do or their methods or whatever. No, I think it's the opposite. We have to be very transparent, very honest. You have to be able to see through the creators, so that's how trust works. Johnny Cage, pen pineapple, apple pen. You're amazing, Carla. Check you next time. Mwah! You are amazing, my friend. You are. Then we have, I am used to tortellini disappointing me, but thank you. Why? Why I'm disappointing you, my friend? Let me see. I will never stop representing the people's right to view Carla Tortellini's Tortellini reveal. I don't understand what's going on, my friend. Just let me know what you're talking about. Why I am disappointing you? I don't, I'm very sensitive. Don't tell me that kind of stuff. It makes me sad. Carla, give me a better pitch this so I can chill on other streams. A pitch? You mean, what do you mean a pitch? Like for the Green Reaper or for what? Support Green Reaper 2, Carla and John Comic. Thank you very much, Hatch. Thank you very much for the link.
And I'm back.
Hey Mogwai, what's up? Those were very quick 5 minutes. I'm happy you're back. I don't know, I'm just trying to know what's going on. On a serious note, your art is really fucking good, Mr. Tortellini. Oh, okay, now I can breathe. He was trolling me, and I was like, oh, no, what did I do? Okay, free-range human. Mwah. Thank you for that. Now that I know that you like trolling, you can troll all you want. I just needed to know. You are awesome, Jetabel. Huge kisses for you. He's trolling you, Carla. Well, thank you. I always learn things very, very much later. Oh God, now I feel bad. No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Please, please, please. I know you wrote nice things too. Mwah. Love you, free range human, and thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Green Reaper too. Yes. Well, the best speech I can say. What could it be? That's my husband's work. He is the writer. He's the one with the good pitches. I actually kind of started sucking a lot with the pitches. I'm just too. When you pitch something too much, then you just stop doing it. My friend Red Gaze has the opposite problem. He started very shy with the promoting and with the pitches, and now he's the diva of pitches. I'm the opposite. I started like pitching, and now it's like I start bitching instead. Ha ha ha! Very, very bad joke. You can hit me in more way.
Well, sales pitch for Grim Reaper I think is pretty simple, if I may. It's this, immortals can die, but one of them has just been assassinated. And the death, doesn't want to work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. It's hard. It's hard to put it in little, like, to summarize a whole story. Thank you, my queen. You're so sweet now. Oh, I love you. Mwah. I'm disappointing you, Hutch. I'm very sorry. So yeah, actually, in the campaign, I think we have some kind of a pitch. Oh, I know. We have really, 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 really good pitches from Tinfoil Hat Nick, and also Mr. Officer. He's very good with pitches. Look at this. Do you know what you read this autumn winter yet? I read Sandstorm, the epic sci-fi fantasy with some of the CG finest. Thank you, Mr. Officer, and he's really good with pitches too. Sucking with the bitches? Maybe. Well, then tell him to give me one so I can update it. Definitely, Hatch. Definitely. I promise I will do it, okay? I'm very sorry. All I have is support Green Reaper 2. Yeah. What can I tell you? This is a cosmic horror story, which we don't have characters like people as characters, but we have concepts.
There you go, Hatch. That's a good pitch right there.
Yes, there you go. Immortals can die and one has been killed. Death has quit. What will Death do now? Cool. That better, Mogwai? Yes.
Yes. That's really good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. This is teamwork here. This is teamwork. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly finish this phase, and then I'm just gonna finish the stream because I have to feed my husband.
She's gotta go make a sandwich.
I'm gonna make a sandwich. No. The sandwiches are for the night because I'm lazier in the night. But yeah, I have the steak cooking there. Who am I kidding? Like before starting the stream, I just threw everything in the oven. Like, yeah, I just cook. I'm sad. I didn't want to finish the stream so fast, but well, that's the thing.
It's all right.
Yeah, the thing is that when I stream later, like after lunchtime, like there's not as much people watching. I don't know, maybe my audience is early bird people. Or maybe it's not early bird, but since I'm in Arizona time, my schedule is always like earlier.
Yeah, remember it's early afternoon over here. It's not even 12 o'clock where you're at, so
yeah, that's the thing. Whew, there.
Yeah, that's looking good.
I have one simple request.
That's all right. Sing along because I'm running out of stuff to say too.
Yeah, I should probably prepare more something to talk about in the streams.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I
have to keep an eye out on the mailman because I have 2 campaigns that are fulfilling this week. Actually, 3.
Oh really?
Yeah. So Vestige is already shipping.
Oh yeah.
The Deep Dark by Gilbert Del Tres is shipping also this week. I got the I got the email with the tracking number on that one, so I
Mhm.
want to check that one out. And also Vinny's Vinny's
Oh
book is
yeah,
coming out this week.
Vinny's book. Vinny's so freaking fast. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
I so wanna read that book and review it here in the channel. I'm gonna make a review. Vinny already gave me permission to do so, so yeah, be
I
prepared.
just want my hamster book to show up.
Hamster? Oh, you
Yeah.
mean Galactic Rodents?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, that was looking really good. And that was funding when we just entered to CG with John.
yeah, one's still in demand. They showed some preview pages of it the other day, and it's looking pretty good. There's gonna be
Oh,
a
yeah.
100-page book.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be just like our next book, like Cosmo Monkey. That's gonna be 100 pages. But I'm reserving the whole rest of the year to work on that. That's gonna be like very big long-term project. I won't spoil more.
Yeah, and Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. It's 100-page book for $25.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
And
But what's the usual price for a 100-page comics?
oh, I don't know, probably somewhere in the $35-$40 mark.
Really? That much?
Yeah.
But all the campaigns of 100 pages are around that?
No, not really. It just really depends. But that one just started off as he advertised that he was doing 100 pages from the get go, because usually everybody does about 42, 46 page.
Yeah. So, because I'm thinking about the pricing for my next project, which is gonna be 100 pages too, but I'm not sure about the pricing.
Well, you're the artist, you determine, and if people want to buy it, they will. Just make sure you don't make yourself, put yourself in any sort of financial binds just because, you want to appeal to people.
Yeah, I mean, we won't really have that problem because I do everything myself. I do the color, I do the pencils, as you can see, the ink. I just pretty much straightforward, like draw with the ink. But I mean, I don't have to pay anybody to do the job, John, my husband, is the writer. We do this with a lot of passion. This is our passion project, our little baby. And the only thing we have to pay is actually the printing and shipping, So I am very confident to say that we wouldn't be like in financial problems. Never. It's impossible that happens because you're paying more than the printing and shipping costs. So of course,
right.
Of course, there's been a problem.
Well, that's one of the advantages of creators like you and John, which you have everything in house for the most part, so your overhead's pretty low. It's just word of cautions for the people who are like branching everything out, that they have to get a co-writer and an editor and a letterer and a penciler and a colorist and the guy that does the cover pages and everything else. Then you're gonna need $15,000 just to get the project going, and that's just to break even.
Yes, just to break even, and you're not counting all the freaking work it takes to advertise, to do all the live streams, to just to have your head in the project. It's just
it is a full-time job. Like you can tell creators that actually have what I call real life jobs or have other jobs, and this is like a side gig. You can tell that they sometimes get lost in the fray a little bit because they're not constantly there, and unless they have people like me just constantly shilling their stuff, it gets lost. Like a lot of people didn't know about or didn't remember about Galactic Rodents of Mayhem.
Yeah.
Because Gilbert, great guy. He's usually on try to show his wares and everything else, but he's got other stuff going on with his job and stuff like that. So.
But that's the thing, like most of the fans, they don't have time to go like that deep into the Comicsgate world, They just follow the big guys and that's it, and just keep updated, watch the streams, and and we as small creators, we want to approach that kind of following, that kind of readers, that this is their hobby, this is how they have fun. They are not here like to be completely invested. Some people really enjoy being very invested, which is also very valid, but the majority of people, You know, they just, yeah, they are in Twitter a little bit, they watch some videos on stream, and then they just go and keep with their lives, you know.
Yep.
So it's a challenge to get to that people when you are a small creator. But well, that's why we are building here the platforms, you know. Yeah, that's the strategy here. No, don't worry. He has opened his eyes, but nothing bad is going to happen. Not for
Just,
that, at least.
no, well, I see just a little bit of eye opening there. That looks really good.
Thanks, my good friend.
That's a very delicate looking death.
Oh yeah, he's a diva. He's the corpse diva.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is the price of having a female artist. I look for this aesthetics, like, I don't know, delicate stuff, but it's good. It's appropriate
No.
for an angel, I think.
Actually, it's very appropriate for the character. Just it gives a good balance. You know, you have the Grim Reaper over there and his fire-breathing horse, and now you have the Angel of Death that shows up as calm, cool, collected, kind of a little bit delicate, but you know, don't mess with him, type of thing. That's good.
Yeah. Exactly. He's a concept. He's not a person, you know. Let's do some clouds here. Clouds. There you go. But I'm not happy with this. I want to again the clouds. More clouds. I want to make this like irregular panel. There.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
I'm happier now. Yeah, I want to like break the structure, you know. If it's too structured, then it's not visually appealing. Here, I'm going to change this to make it different than the other one. And bye-bye, sketch. There you go. Oh, I'm so beautiful.
So there we have it.
A very gay angel of death. There you go.
No, just a very delicate angel of death, not
No.
gay per se.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of gayness, right?
No, there isn't. As long as it's on the internet, I'm good.
Oh yeah, internet gay.
Don't forget tonight, War Campaign is live.
Oh yes. Yes. Today is War Campaign Day. No, that's too much.
Whoa. She's dropping the heavy lines.
Yep. Oh yeah, then like I'm drawing very slowly and then I go crazy. But yeah, this is gonna look very cool with the effects I have planned, okay? Now maybe it looks like a bunch of clouds, but I promise it's gonna be cool. And probably it's gonna take the whole day for me to finish inking. So I would like to color this tomorrow and finish the inks today. Maybe if I can do some of the coloring today, because I just want to keep going and keep advancing, just to be sure that everything's done in time and form. I have an agenda, okay? And I have like every day, I have a schedule, okay? This day, this page, this day, this page, and everything ends up on time. Timely and straight, you know?
Good.
Everything's gonna be good, but I have to stick to that. So that's why sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, I could go for hours doing details for this, but I have to get going, you know?
So let me ask you something before you go. So are you working sequentially in the story, every page sequentially, or are you just working on certain pages here or there?
Oh, no. It's a huge chaos. Everything is chaos. Very chaotic. I do page 1, page 36, page 8. Just when I feel like, for example, today I really felt like inking something very like laborious, something that takes an awful amount of time. I felt like doing detail. Okay. That's why I did this. Some other day I feel like lettering when I just don't want to do anything. I letter, okay? And then some other day I feel like coloring, and some other day I feel like redoing something. So it depends on my mood, actually. It's just like my food. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna be coloring these tomorrow. Probably I'm gonna try to advance as much as I can today. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming by. Thank you for watching, and thank you to my beautiful co-host Mowai for being here and for chatting with me and
You're welcome.
entertaining all of us. You're also my friend. Mwah. And for making me get up and work. You got to work.
It is a pleasure to be here, Carla. It's always good to be here and just chat away and see you work, because it's absolutely awesome. And everybody in the chat, thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to catch us live on Friday if you speak Spanish for CG Latino, 8 p.m. Eastern, for those of you that are in this time zone.
Definitely. And everybody, thank you for dropping the links. Thank you for coming. You are the best. Thank you for watching. Love you all. You were going to say something more?
No. I think I'm pretty all set for now.
Bye-bye. Love you.
All right. Take care, all.